Welcome back to IDTV. I'm Mike Monadero. Today we're going to take an in-depth look at a little-known law that has now become the flashpoint of debate here in San Francisco. This law is known as the Ellis Act. Our guest in the studio will explain what the law is, how it's being used to adversely evict tenants, and what is being done on a legislative level to assist tenants. We'll show how and where tenants can seek out assistance to defend themselves from being unjustly evicted from their homes, and we'll also hear from a tenant who has been through the Ellis Act eviction process. So our first guest is Tyler McMillan, and you're with the Eviction Defense Collaborative. So,
yes.
Cool, welcome. So we just were wondering if you could tell us a little bit about what the Ellis Act is, like how long it's been around and why it was created in the first place.
Sure, thanks, Mike. The Ellis Act was a state law that we have here in California that the legislature passed back in the mid-'80s, and the law is actually found in Government Code Section 7060. And it's a law that allows landlords or the intent of the law actually is to allow landlords who want to go out of the business of being a landlord to do that in the proper fashion and use the proper procedure. It was created as a response to a Supreme Court case that said you can't use an eviction as a way to go out of the business of being a landlord. And so the legislature created the Ellis Act to give landlords guidance on how to actually properly go out of the business.
Okay. So thank you very much for that. So now we're going to take a look at a video that our field crew made.
Is turning 98 years old. This is her birthday today. She is scheduled to be kicked out of her home on April 8th. No! Can you imagine kicking a 98-year-old woman out of her home? Who the hell does that?
We're seeing it mostly used as a threat. For every Ellis Act you see, there's probably 6 or 7 households that are, or buildings being evicted with a threat of Ellis Act that never shows up on the records.
Stand forward, steps back. This is the end of the ride. I want my money back. I waited in line with the cold and the rain, waited in heat, my sweat and blood.
The Ellis Act has unfortunately been used, I think, in a growing way to displace people from their apartments, and frequently seniors and people who aren't making a lot of money, and it's not a good thing.
There's very real effects to very real people, and that these people are long-term San Francisco residents. What this property owner wants to do is purchase a property and then get the tenants out so that they can make a profit on the property. And if there's collateral damage, if a 97-year-old tenant who's lived here for 50 years has to leave the city so that they can make a profit, then that's okay as far as their business model is concerned.
We are all about fighting back. We are all about people not leaving. We are all about people not being intimidated and scared into leaving their homes. We will do whatever we have to do to help them stay in their apartments. You might want to bring a copy of your lease if you have a written lease, just in case we need to refer to it. Any kind of communication with the landlord, written communication, bring it. It doesn't hurt to err on the side of caution and bring everything that you have. Bring your whole, if you have a folder with paperwork, bring it all, because you never know what's going to be relevant to your case or not. But certainly if you have an eviction notice, bring that.
Keep Mary in her home. Keep Mary in her home.
So our next guest has a unique perspective on this issue. We have Brian Basinger with us today from the AIDS Housing Alliance, San Francisco AIDS Housing Alliance with us here today. So can you tell us what services you provide to people who've been evicted because of the Ellis Act?
Well, AIDS Housing Alliance provides a broad spectrum of services to prevent homelessness and then also help people who've lost their housing become rapidly rehoused. So we'll provide background assistance, we will provide tenants' rights counseling, landlord mediation, linkages to legal services through Eviction Defense Collaborative or the AIDS Legal Referral Panel. And then also we help people apply for affordable housing. We provide move-in assistance money, we'll provide rental subsidies to help people get in. And we serve about 1,000 people a year.
And we think you're doing excellent work. Thank you. So now we have with us Marla Knight. You actually have an Ellis Act story as well, but yours was successfully fought it off. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, a real success story. In November of 2012, our building was sold to Urban Green Investments, and within 3 months they invoked the Ellis Act. We immediately hooked up with Chinatown Community Development Center and Tina Chung, who connected us with Steve Collier, who's an attorney with Tenderloin Housing Clinic. And they gave us support, legal advice, legal representation. Well, on February 3rd, Urban Green withdrew the Ellis Act eviction on our building. It's a big building, 14-unit building. None of us had moved. None of us accepted buyouts. And we were due to vacate the building the next day. So it was a great success, and hopefully it has encouraged other people who have been Ellis acted.
We at IDTV would like to give a huge thank you to our guests for taking the time to participate in our studio, and to those that allowed us to film them and share their stories. And if you would like to learn more about the Ellis Act and would like to get more information from tenant advocates like Brian, contact information on the graph that appears on screen. And be sure to go to the IDTV YouTube page for bonus coverage of the story with full interviews, PSAs for participating tenant advocates.
Josh, write that number down, write it. Wow. You know, I have a friend who's losing their apartment because of this Ellis Act crap, and I have got to let her know that she can fight back against that sinister property management company that's trying to evict her. It's just rotten.
Right on, sister. Power to the people.
And now for a special treat. She's got the soul of Aretha, the charm of Ella, and the sassiness of Etta. A true classic in today's age. Ladies and gentlemen, get to know the real Miss Leland Kane.
My name is Leland, and I am a jazz soul singer. And I've had a passion for this my whole life, and have been seriously pursuing it for the past, 9 or 10 years. And looking forward to doing some recording in the next month. I went to Berklee College of Music. It was such an amazing experience. The musicians and people I got connected with, and the type of learning about so many kinds of music, being exposed to, musicians I had never heard about, being able to sing in all different settings, singing everything from Destiny's Child to Jimi Hendrix to James Brown. I think because of those experiences made me much more diverse. And so now I'm able to, feel really comfortable with singing any style. We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless place. When I moved back to the Bay Area in 2009, I joined a band, a blues Motown band, and started performing at bars and clubs and things like that, and kind of regained some confidence and started, rediscovering, my passion, and that I really did want to do that, and that's where I felt most comfortable. And so from there, I've been pursuing it and have my own bands, and have now, sing with quite a few other, musical projects as well. So it's been going pretty well. I'm Leland Kane, and you're watching IDTV.
Thank you so much for being such a lovely audience. The crew here at IDTV hopes you can come back for our next episode. And now IDTV has her live in Studio A, performing her song Separate Lives. Ladies and gentlemen, Leland Kane.
Not the fault of you
Wow. That Leland Kane, wow. That was a classy, smooth, and just amazing performance. Let me tell you what, we're gonna go see her the next time she performs, right?
Oh, you bet, Karen. It's gonna be me and you, front row center, man. She's got those silky smooth tones that put me right into a love trance. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Well, you know, Karen, that was a great show.
That was good.
I mean, I laughed, I cried, I got really hungry.
Dude.
I mean, real hungry. I mean, can we please just go get some food at one of those fancy food trucks? You know what I'm talking about?
We're gonna go to one of those trucks right now, okay?
We
That's
are?
all I have to say.
We are?
I'm gonna promise you that. But I have to tell you, my best thing is spending time sitting here with you and watching IDTV. This is gonna be some of my best college days ever, man. CCSF rocks.
Go Rams.
Yeah!
All right.
All right, now brush that popcorn off you and let's go get you that ginormous burrito.
Wow.